Welcome to BTS Heart, where every BTS moment has a story worth remembering. The final moments of BTS's Arlington concert were supposed to be filled with emotional goodbyes, heartfelt messages, and unforgettable memories. ARMY were already enjoying those last few precious moments with the members when something completely unexpected happened on stage. Taehyung suddenly realized that something was wrong with his outfit. During the final part of the concert, Taehyung noticed that his pants had ripped. The timing could not have been more unexpected. The concert was still going on, the members were interacting with ARMY, and thousands of fans were watching every movement on stage. For a moment, Taehyung appeared surprised by what had happened. But instead of letting the wardrobe problem ruin the atmosphere, he handled it with his usual sense of humor and stayed composed. He immediately showed the damaged area to Jin. Jin then appeared to carefully check the situation. What made the moment even funnier was that Jin didn't simply look at the tear and move on. He seemed to make sure that there wasn't another problem on the other side as well. It was a small interaction, but it immediately caught the attention of fans nearby. However, that wasn't the only reaction that made this moment unforgettable. Jungkook was also nearby, and at that exact time, he was focused on delivering his message to ARMY. His attention appeared to be directed toward the audience as he continued with the emotional ending of the concert. But then, for just a brief moment, Jungkook glanced in Taehyung's direction, and fans noticed his expression almost immediately. Jungkook's face seemed to change for a moment, as if something had suddenly caught his attention. It was an extremely brief reaction, but because the moment happened naturally during a live concert, ARMY couldn't help but notice it. The timing was almost perfect. Taehyung had just realized that his pants were ripped. Jin was checking the situation. Jungkook was in the middle of his own message, but somehow his attention briefly shifted toward what was happening beside him. That tiny sequence created one of those spontaneous BTS moments that fans love to replay. Of course, it is impossible to know exactly what Jungkook was thinking just from his expression. Maybe he noticed the ripped pants. Maybe he noticed Taehyung showing something to Jin. Or perhaps something else caught his attention at that exact moment. Fans can only interpret what they see, and that uncertainty is actually part of what makes the moment so interesting. There was no planned interaction. No choreography required it. Nobody had prepared for a wardrobe problem. It simply happened in real time. Taehyung had to deal with the unexpected situation while continuing to participate in the concert. Jin instinctively checked to make sure everything was okay, and Jungkook appeared to notice the situation while still trying to stay focused on his message. For ARMY, those few seconds were pure entertainment. BTS concerts are known for their carefully prepared performances, incredible choreography, powerful vocals, and emotional moments. But sometimes, the unscripted moments become even more memorable. A costume can suddenly RIP, a microphone can stop working, a member can forget something, or one member can notice something happening to another member and react without even realizing that thousands of fans are watching. These moments remind fans that behind the huge stage production, BTS are still human beings experiencing everything in real time. And Taehyung's reaction made the entire situation even more memorable. Rather than becoming overly embarrassed or allowing the incident to distract him, he continued with the show. His calm attitude helped turn what could have been an awkward wardrobe malfunction into a funny concert memory. Jin's reaction added another layer to the scene. He appeared to carefully inspect the situation, almost as if he wanted to make sure Taehyung hadn't discovered only part of the problem. That simple gesture showed how naturally the members look out for one another, even during a massive performance in front of thousands of people. Then there was Jungkook. His brief glance was perhaps the smallest part of the entire incident, but it became one of the details fans focused on the most. Why? Because reactions like that are completely spontaneous. When a member is performing, fans can often tell when an interaction is planned. But when someone suddenly looks over and appears genuinely surprised, it feels different. That is exactly why ARMY started replaying the footage. Taehyung's realization, Jin's inspection, Jungkook's sudden glance, all of it happened within a very short period of time. Yet it created a moment that fans immediately remembered. The atmosphere of the Arlington finale made it even more special. The concert was reaching its end. ARMY were emotional because another unforgettable night with BTS was coming to a close. The members were sharing their final messages, and everyone knew that the final seconds of the show would become memories for the fans. Then, unexpectedly, Taehyung's ripped pants became part of that memory. Instead of ending the night with only emotional goodbyes, the concert gave ARMY something funny and completely unexpected to talk about afterward. And perhaps that is what makes live performances so special. Everything can be perfectly planned, but nobody can predict every single thing that will happen on stage. Taehyung certainly didn't plan for his pants to rip. Jin didn't plan to inspect the other side. And Jungkook probably didn't expect his brief reaction to become something fans would analyze and replay. Yet all three moments came together naturally for fans. It became another example of how BTS members react to unexpected situations, while still supporting one another and keeping the show going. There is also something especially interesting about Jungkook's reaction. His glance lasted only a moment, but it was enough for fans to ask an important question. Did Jungkook actually realize that Taehyung's pants had ripped? His expression certainly looked like he had noticed something unusual. But without Jungkook explaining what was going through his mind, nobody can say for certain. It could have been surprise. It could have been curiosity. It could simply have been a reaction to Taehyung and Jin moving around nearby. That's why it is better to enjoy the moment for what it was rather than assume we know exactly what Jungkook was thinking. And honestly, the mystery makes it even more entertaining. The Arlington concert had already created countless memories for ARMY, but this unexpected wardrobe incident added a completely different kind of moment to the night. It was funny. It was spontaneous. And most importantly, it showed the natural reactions of the members when something unexpected happened. Taehyung noticed the problem and handled it. Jin checked to make sure everything was okay. And Jungkook appeared to catch the situation for a brief second before continuing with his message. That's it. No dramatic announcement. No interruption. Just a few completely natural seconds during a live BTS performance. But sometimes, those are exactly the moments that fans remember the longest. The incident also reminds us why fan-recorded concert footage can be so interesting. Official performances usually focus on the main stage, but fan cameras often capture the small interactions happening between the members. A quick glance, a surprised expression, a tiny smile, a member helping another member. These little details can tell a completely different story. And in Arlington, Taehyung's wardrobe mishap gave ARMY one more unexpected memory to take home. By the time the concert came to an end, the emotional atmosphere had returned, but fans already had another moment to talk about. Many were focused on Taehyung's reaction. Others were amused by Jin checking the situation. But for many fans, the biggest question remained Jungkook's expression. What exactly did he notice? Was he surprised by the ripped pants? Did he simply notice Taehyung showing something to Jin? Or did he just happen to glance over at the exact right moment? We may never get a definite answer, but that is the beauty of unscripted concert moments. They don't need to be perfect to become unforgettable. In fact, sometimes the unexpected mistakes, funny reactions, and tiny interactions become the memories that fans treasure the most. Taehyung's ripped pants may have been an unfortunate wardrobe malfunction, but the way the members reacted turned it into a lighthearted and memorable moment from the Arlington concert. And that brief glance from Jungkook, it added just enough mystery to make ARMY replay the moment again and again. So, what do you think? Was Jungkook genuinely shocked when he noticed Taehyung's ripped pants? Or did he simply react to something happening nearby? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to BTS Heart for more BTS stories, concert moments, funny interactions, and unforgettable ARMY memories. Stay tuned, because there are always more BTS moments worth remembering.